I'm Danny Gurry, and you've tuned in to Good Morning Frederick. It's a podcast, well, about Frederick. Everything, the people, the businesses, the nonprofits, and the cool stuff. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Good Morning Frederick.
Hi, I'm Jared from Karma's Auto Care, and you're watching Good Morning Frederick.
Oh, you are watching Good Morning Frederick. Good morning. How are you today? Today is Tuesday, March 18th, and I am your host, Danny Gurry. Well, you gotta love Facebook once again, not streaming to the group, but we're gonna share. We're gonna try to get it on, and I always appreciate if you can share this stream to different neighborhood groups and organizations to get the word out, because ultimately we really want to help the local businesses and nonprofits and the events that are happening in Frederick. Want to spread the word on those. All right, let's talk about what this show is going to have today. We've got our morning roundup with Bob Miller and Chris Michaels from WFMD's Morning News Express. We're going to go over a highlight of some of the events happening this week. And then we've got Brendan Peck. The Cyber Defense Initiative is his company, and he can help your small business, not only with cybersecurity, but phones and all that kind of good stuff. And Allie Vasquez, she is the unofficial spokesperson for Walkersville. She's a local realtor, but she runs Walkersville Living YouTube channel and page on Facebook. And there's some great things happening in Walkersville that I had no idea about. All right, head to the home of everything Frederick. Purchase the Good Morning Frederick merch. I do want to thank Robin, placed an online order, actually two, and I just saw it. I mean, I apologize. I'm so not used to having that. It didn't alert me. Anyway, online orders apparently work, and I'm going to be getting her stuff ASAP. But if you want to order all the proceeds from the online orders as well, go to Wags for Hope, which is a great organization. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Yes, got to thank Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard of Frederick. Open daily, noon to 9 p.m. It's going to be beautiful today and even better tomorrow. Perfect for Rita's. But you can also try a hot pretzel or iced coffee if you're not into a sweet treat. Or how about Reese's Concretes if you are? Those look amazing. If you can't get to Rita's, Rita's can come to you through DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats. And if you are having an event, contact Rita's. They have a mobile unit, and they can cater an event as well. This Thursday is the first day of spring ice giveaway. Free Rita's Italian Ice on Thursday. No reason not to have Rita's. 538 West South Street in Frederick. Okay, I'm trying to put together a voiceover for our auto trim design. Let's see how this goes. Morning Roundup is sponsored by Auto Trim Design of Mid-Maryland. Window tinting, paint protection film, ceramic coating, vinyl wraps like on the Good Morning Frederick car. Also, customized leather upholstered car seats. They can take care of all your aftermarket enhancements. Auto Trim Design of Mid-Maryland. Accessories for any lifestyle. Find them on Urbana Pike or at autotrim-md.com. Well, there we go. Good morning.
Well, how are you? You know, if you only knew people in radio that could help you do that. I know you have a brother who's a morning man. You have friends who are morning guys. But you know what? That sounded absolutely perfect. It was great.
Well, every single day I seem to be running and trying to get stuff produced and on the show at the last minute, even though I plan for this stuff all the time. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that or don't you use Chat GP GTO or whatever it is, or and you get AI, which I love on my steak sauce. AI steak sauce is wonderful.
Yes, I do use Chat GPT a lot, actually. I use it to help me plan my menus for, what's for dinner each week. It does my shopping list. It actually also will find me some healthy things to snack on. So, and you know what? I used it to, and I'm going to start documenting this. I am planting a garden this year for the first time.
Oh.
And Chat GPT, I went to Chat and I said, hey, I need the highest yield from my garden, which is going to be this size. What do I plant and when? So I think that's pretty cool.
Well, I can hook you up with my brother-in-law and his wife. They do heirloom tomatoes. They call them mountain maters. They planted, I think she said, 126 seed pods or whatever they are to start them to grow. They have a little whatever you call those things to help things grow.
Grow lights?
No, that's only for the people who are growing marijuana. A little hothouse or whatever they're called. But
gotcha, yes.
Yeah,
little
yeah.
greenhouse,
so they have
hothouse
that
thing.
They leave that, and then they basically, what they don't need for their own, they just give out to other people, so you can start growing your own. So
wow,
we'll maybe hook you up and get you a mountain mater somehow. But they don't do it until after.
Because I do love my tomatoes, but I did plant 2 different versions. I got the beefsteak ones, and I ordered from a place that should be all organic, nice heirloom seeds. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I've got them now sitting in my son's room that he abandoned because he's at college and he's getting married soon. So anyway, I'm using his room right now to all my plants are sitting up there in the window. They're little plastic on top. So hopefully I start to get some good growth out of them.
Well, there's nothing wrong. I mean, learn it. As a matter of fact, I actually wrote this. We talked about this earlier about, there's an article in the paper today about the health issues in Frederick County. And I don't know how many years ago I did this. I was looking back at my Facebook memories, and I said, I wonder when Frederick County Public Schools will start teaching people how to plant gardens and grow things before they start teaching them other stuff, because that is a skill that you need to have, and to can. If you're able to plant a garden, you're able to can, you'll be able to survive when everybody else is screaming that they can't survive and, live. I mean, it's living off the land. And I know a lot of people don't have land, so I get that. You got to try to find
I live in the suburbs, so here's what I'm doing. I purchased 4 actually stand-up garden beds, raised garden beds from Amazon. They're 24 by 72. So now I've got 8 feet by 8 feet basically to plant. And again, using Chat GPT to tell me what I can plant, how close, what things next to each other help, and how to replant throughout the year to get as most stuff as possible. It'll be interesting to see. And my dad had a huge garden, and it's gotten smaller and smaller as he's gotten older. But it is so important. I'll tell you, generationally, my dad helped, build the house that he grew up in with my grandfather. My grandfather had chickens and a huge garden, and my dad had a garden and can fix things. I can't fix anything. And my husband, though smart as he is not a mechanic. We tend not to build things. So yeah, I think when the zombies come, we might be in some trouble.
Well, obviously things have changed. I mean, back when your dad and your grandfather were working on cars, they weren't as hard to work on.
Yeah.
And now these guys have got, years of degrees working on these vehicles. So it's a little bit tougher to do. Building things, you just got to be able to. That's why I love YouTube. I mean,
I know.
It's amazing what people put on YouTube, and thank you for doing that.
Oh,
I've tried, and I'm just like, I'm so fat and ugly. I don't want to have anything to do with it, and I'm just kind of a goober, and I don't ever want
crazy.
to. I've tried to do like barbecue stuff and whatnot, and I just, sometimes it takes a lot of people to make it look like it's seamless and easy, but I just can't do that. But I've done so many things by just looking at somebody else doing it and going, okay,
Yeah.
I can do that. And I've done some of my own things. I've built a few things, and a few things have fallen apart after I built them. I get that, but you keep on trying.
That's right.
And
You do.
if you're
You do.
trying with your raised beds, if you don't have a raised beds, I bought Linda a year ago or 2 years ago some kind of little 3-tiered thing, and she can just put a couple herbs in there and grow those. And we had like little cherry tomatoes growing in there. I mean, where there's a will, there's a way, Danny. You
Absolutely.
can do
Well,
it.
I'll tell you this. YouTube, my husband did figure out how to fix our refrigerator in our old house and replaced a circuit board and saved us instead of being like $400 to fix, it was like 30. So
Yeah.
yes, YouTube is amazing for stuff like that.
I did that with our refrigerator too. They pulled the big thing out from behind and put the new one in, and then of course my wife goes, "Well, now I know you can, you will."
That's right. Exactly. Exactly.
So now I
Oh,
screw
boy.
things up, so she doesn't expect me to do anything. So there you go.
Oh, that's like when my brother used to try that to do the dishes poorly so he would never get asked to do them anymore. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good morning.
Wow. Finally, ladies and gentlemen.
For some reason, that link wasn't working. The same link I always use. I don't know. I went under my history over here on this Firefox, and that seemed to work. So anyway, good morning.
Well,
Oh,
we're glad
boy.
he's here.
Real quickly. Look, you see that facial expression on Bob Miller. He's going to. Where are you, Bob? Anyway, he's going to get upset with me because he doesn't like stuff like this. But we are going to congratulate my good pal Bob Miller. He got his award today for Best of Frederick. So
Thank you very much.
well deserved. And this is I'll tell you what, best radio personality. Best of Frederick 2025. How many is this? You have as many of these as Yogi Berra has World Series rings with the Yankees.
Yeah, maybe. I'm getting there. I just say I'm always overwhelmed by the support and all the other people who have won it other than I have. They're all wonderful people. But nana boo boo, I won, not you.
Well, it's well deserved. And again, I think it's a really cool award because the people of Frederick vote for you.
Yeah. I just interviewed Guy Fletcher. We talked about the Best of Frederick, and I'm gonna see if hopefully we can get in there for the best podcast next year. They start voting in September, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that too. But it is amazing. We've got so many talented people here in Frederick doing a lot of great stuff, and so it's lovely to be acknowledged. I love it.
Mm-hmm. And they're wonderful awards. I mean, they really go all out making those and giving them to you. So, I love the fact that I've been blessed to get a couple of them. So, and just to let you know, I have 633 different emails voting for myself. It's been all day on, September through, when the voting closes every day, Bob.
There you go.
I do that every day. So
that is one thing I don't like about these sorts of things. I'd really prefer you vote one time and that's it, but it's okay.
That's all I do. I do vote for myself. I'm going to admit it. I do vote for myself. I go through all the lists, and I mean, some of them I have no idea. I don't know a lot of them, and so I don't vote for them. But I mean, I know where I like my best hamburgers, and I like, like usually it's the best place to have a drink. I have no idea. I don't drink, so I couldn't answer that. So, but they're always cool. All right.
Yep. I'm just glad that my vote didn't affect anything because I voted for Tom Whalen. So I'm glad Bob still won. I'm just kidding. No, I of course voted for Bob Miller, my good friend. So congratulations. Well deserved, and enjoy it, my friend. Real quickly now that I'm doing this Love Fest for Bob Miller, I'm going to turn it away real quick and get away from the Love Fest. And turn this into a debate. Danny, I need the final word here. Okay, this is very important. I've been going, for lack of a better term, because, well, I never have better terms, balls to the wall with this movie thing going on here. And me and Bob were discussing this. Taken was on the list of movies, which was a great movie. However, I did take it upon myself, again, to deviate from the list, but only because it was Taken 2, which was one was on the list. I feel as though that I should be able to go to Taken 2.
Well,
What say you?
You know,
no pressure. No pressure.
You've strayed from the list a few times now, and while we appreciate that you are getting into this movie watching thing, and we're going to be talking about, because we're going to have a movie coming up here soon, where actually our viewers and your listeners can join you in watching a classic movie. The point was they were supposed to be iconic classic movies.
Right, and I
Taken
get that.
2
yes.
is a good movie. The reason most of them, the succession of movies aren't on the list is it's really about the iconic movies of our generation.
Okay, I'm gonna wind up going broke because I keep having to pay for the movies that I watch. There were a few movies though that you even said that were good that we added to the list. I forget which ones they were. But if I can just have this one count, I promise I won't deviate from the list anymore. I promise.
You sound like my kids.
No,
I promise. I won't do it again.
Right? Yeah.
Hey, Dan, you got your pinky with you?
What's that?
Do you have your pinky with you?
Your pinky.
Okay. Yep. So I'm going to pinky swear with you right now. So there we go. You got to put your pinky up a little bit further.
All right.
I will not deviate.
No. The list, even somebody even wrote that. I'm not paying for any movies not on the list. This is for the children. You want to watch these movies on your own time. Don't try to shove them onto the list. That's all we're saying.
Okay, I totally get that.
Obviously, you don't care about the kids. I understand that. You don't care.
I saw Fast and Furious 1. You're telling me Fast and Furious 2 to 35 that I watched throughout the weekend, 2 to 35 of the Fast and Furious won't count? No, I'm kidding.
Nope.
I only watched one. If I can have this one, because it was a very good movie and I had to know the ending, I will say I did go back to the list because I watched Batman for the first time. Batman was a good movie. So yes, I am begging and pleading. Can I please have this Taken 2-1? Also, I was thinking that maybe we can have Bob also kind of add, because he said he had some movies that he thought should be on the list. Maybe you can add those, Bob, and I might find those interesting. Those movies.
Maybe, but not. I would just say the list. Go to the list right now. To the list, and then when you get through the list, then maybe we'll add a couple extras. But for right now, the list, my friend.
But I'm running out of good movies that I like action and blood movies. The next few on there is all like mostly romantic.
That's not true. That's just not true.
And if you want to see the list, if you're watching or listening right now and you have no idea, I've got it on screen. It's also at Good Morning Frederick's Facebook page. It's in the featured links on Good Morning Frederick's Facebook page. You can view the list. I need to update the movies that Chris has watched this week, but we're going to have some opportunities for you to join us at the movies coming up here soon. And help Chris get to watch these iconic films he's never seen. I think when we started this, you'd only ever seen like 20 movies off the list. And
I think I had like 200. I think I had like 200. So right now I'm at now one of them again, Wrath of Man. I will pay for myself, so I'm going to add that to the total. So right now we're at $104, depending on if I'm allowed to use Taken 2. Then we'll be down to $100 exactly, but $104 is where I'm at right now. Still plenty of time to go. And let me just say this: if you're watching a movie with me, please don't stick your hand in my popcorn tub. Don't know where your hands have been. And my soda will be clearly marked Chris's soda. Please don't take a drink out of my soda, my straw. Thank you very much.
I love it. I love it, though. It's all good,
Yes,
and it's
looking
for the
forward to
kids.
it.
We're going to have a good time with this. And look, it is just March. You're doing well. You slowed down there for a little bit. Now we got you back going at a good pace.
Well, I made up because, again, the goal was at least 2 movies a week, and I made up that pace this week, watch some extra movies. So I'm at pace right now, and I want to get ahead of the pace again. So I'll do that this weekend. I'll go through my list of movies, and we'll see what we have to watch. But I will say, right now, so far, my top movie that I enjoyed has been Bad Boys.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was a
we
good
know.
movie. That was a good
Yep.
movie.
It was a good. Yeah, but there's so many. I'm gonna give you I'm gonna work on movies that you need to get. You say there's no blood, guts, and gore, and I'm looking at it going, oh nope, wrong. Yep, there's all kinds of it in there. Just gotta find it.
Yeah,
So.
well, Chris, I need to email you. I'm taking you to the movies because coming up on March 26th at Warehouse Cinemas, it's The Blues Brothers, which is an amazing, great movie, and that's on the list. There's also on March 30th. This is not on the list. Good book. I have not seen the movie. Is The Great Gatsby. So, but Film League is doing The Blues Brothers. I thought it'd be great for us to go to that movie at Warehouse Cinemas. So, if you guys are free, we'll go then.
I tell you what, I'm looking forward to it. The only question now I have, Danny, when we go to see the Blues Brothers, will I be allowed to dance during the movie? If the answer is no, you're going to want to tie me down and put a sock in my mouth, because the Blues Brothers and Soul Man, it's one of those things where you just got to dance. So am I allowed to, Danny, yes or no?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good.
All right. Is there anything happening locally, or are we good?
There is always something. That's like Danny saying, hey, listen, that's enough of this talk. I got things to do. Let's go to news. There's always things happening here locally, Danny. And let's see here. A Walkersville man, unfortunately, has been, well, it was good that he was charged. Unfortunately, what he did has been charged with 45 counts. Yes, you heard right. 45 counts of possession of child pornography. On Thursday, March 13th, the Frederick County Sheriff's Office arrested Cody James Harrison, age 30, at his home at the 8,000 block of Fortune Place. And then just FYI for traffic and road closures, of paving and milling operation will begin on Tuesday, March 18th at the off-ramps at the US 340 and Maryland 67. The Maryland State Highway Administration says the work will take place between the hours of 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Monday through Friday, and is expected to be completed by mid-April, which means they'll be completed probably by December, weather permitting. Hood College Board of Trustees has appointed Dr. Debbie Ricker as its new president. The vote was taken at the board's annual March meeting. The announcement was made on Monday, so congratulations to her on that. And real quickly, getting to weather. Right now, it's currently 44 out there, clear skies, and it's going to get to a high of 66 today with sunny skies. So it looks like a great day tonight. Looking at a low of 38. And tomorrow, it's going to be even nicer, high of 77. A few clouds, but mostly sunny. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy skies and a low of 50. And with that, I have to bid everybody an adieu, a goodbye, adios, buenos aires. I've got things to do. Bob with sports.
All right. It was only a 3-hole playoff, but Rory McIlroy only needed 3 swings, and his victory over J.J. Spawn in the Players' Championship revealed much about the state of his game and the cruel nature of notorious TPC Sawgrass. McIlroy hit a nice little great drive on the 16th par 4, got a birdie, and then comes number 17, the Island Green, where he knocked it onto the green. J.J. Spawn knocked it into the water, and that's about all they needed for him to win on St. Patrick's Day, the Players' Championship. So congratulations going out to him. Wizards still stink. They got beat by the Portland Trailblazers 112-97 Monday night for their second straight consecutive victory following a 5-game skid. And the Ravens can hold on to Ronnie Stanley, one of their tackles, from leaving the coop. The Ravens reached a deal with him before he hit the open market. He said on a video conference he really never thought about going anywhere else, but you never know. And now he's got the bank and staying in Baltimore. So there you go. And, of course, we've got two great teams, Maryland playing, American playing down the road. They're playing the Mount St. Mary's, which we talked to Coach Donnie Lynn and Adam Pohl this morning. They're out in Dayton getting ready to play that 4 play-in game. So, and then if they beat American, they get Duke. Good luck to the Mountaineers.
You go to a maybe chance to a probably not, but you never know. I'm telling you, this tournament has a way of shaking things up. I love it.
I sure hope so. I just, whatever, because I think everybody can say the same thing. We all hate Duke.
Yes, absolutely. All right, Bob, thank you so much. We will see you tomorrow right here.
Have a great day. Good morning, Frederick.
All right. Want to thank him for that. All right. We're going to take a quick break. We're coming back with the events here in Frederick, plus Brendan Peck and Allie Vasquez coming up just after this.
There's no more essential piece of jewelry than your wedding band. And Colonial Jewelers Wedding Band Weekend is the best time to get one. Enjoy the area's largest selection of quality, made-to-last wedding bands in every price range and style, and all on sale. Save an extra $100 on your purchase when you book an appointment and take advantage of our special financing options. Colonial Jewelers Wedding Band Weekend, March 20th through 22nd. The Colonial Jewelers box. There's just more in it.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves. Double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shannon Flannery beyond compare.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Taco Bar in Frederick and Gaithersburg and Taquito in Hagerstown. Taco Bar is in West Point Plaza in Frederick, just off Route 40, and in Gaithersburg at 3 Russell Avenue. And Taquito is at 812 Frederick Street in Hagerstown. They all offer amazing quality food, authentic Mexican cuisine, and Taquito offers you a drive-through experience. For more information and to look at the menus, go to tacobar1.com or taquitobytacobar.com, and you'll be able to see all the great stuff that they have. The food is amazing. I had the steak tacos when I went to Taquito, and I need to get back to Taco Bar. I haven't been there in a while. It's a great restaurant. All right. Oh, I don't know why I did that. Here we go. We got to go over what's happening. All right. Today at noon is the arch groundbreaking for their new location at 125 East All Saints Street. March 22nd, it is Select Seconds Thrift Shop semi-annual bag sale. It's $5 per bag. They supply the bags, and you get to fill it with as much as you can get in there. Certain items are off limits, obviously, but clothing, shoes, and all sorts of other things, just $5 per bag. And that is this Saturday from 10 to 2. And from 11 to 4, you can come up to the home of everything Frederick 401 North Market Street. And we welcome Sand Dollar Studios. Bethany is going to be there. She's got handcrafted jewelry, affordable and beautiful. So come up and check that out between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. March 27th, sign up to be a part of the Craft of Brand Personality. It is a presentation by High Rock. It's interactive. It includes some networking, and that is at 10th Ward from 5 to 7 p.m. And you can find the details for that on Eventbrite. Just look up the craft of brand personality. March 28th is the second annual Battle for South Mountain basketball game. It is at Brunswick High School. It is the staff from the Middletown School Feeders versus the staff at Brunswick Feeders. Last year, Middletown won. Let's see if Brunswick can get the home court advantage in their favor. March 29th, take your kids how to turkey hunt and trout fish. That is happening 8 to 4, and that is at Catoctin Fish and Game. And 11 to 1, you can register for the Seton Center 5K, which is at Mount St. Mary's. April 1st, the 1-year anniversary of Good Morning Frederick. Stop by 401 North Market Street between 9 and 11 a.m. We're going to be broadcasting live. We're going to be doing some fun stuff, and there's going to be lots of giveaways and ways for you to engage with the show. April 2nd is Cocktails and Conversation at the home of Everything Frederick. It is the best networking that I have been to. It is small and intimate, but I have gotten to know people on such a deeper level by attending. I love it. Actually, I even wasn't there, but somebody was there and met Brendan Peck, and he signed up to do an interview. And now I know Brendan, and he came to the last one as well, and we got a chance to chat, which is awesome. April 12th is a disc golf tournament that benefits the Seton Center. That is looks like a lot of fun. And then the week of April 14th, it is the countywide Good Morning Frederick Egg Hunt for Adults, sponsored by the Maryland Lottery. 300 eggs are going to be hidden around the county. There will be photos of those eggs released on Good Morning Frederick's Facebook page. And that's your hint. Your hint is the photograph of where it is. Now, prizes include $500 in cash, 100 Maryland Lottery scratch-offs to one winner, plus gift cards to local businesses. Red Horse has put some in, free car washes from Auto Spa. We have Intense Barbecue, Starvin' Marvin's. I'm trying to remember these off the top of my head, and we'll talk more about them as we get closer, but lots and lots of great prizes, 300 in all. Every egg is a prize. And so it's going to be a lot of fun, and you're going to make sure you go like Good Morning Frederick on Facebook and follow so that you are the first to find out. All right. April 19th through 26th is Thurmont's Restaurant Week. April 5th, it is the Youth Fishing Rodeo on Color Lake from 10 a.m. to noon. They do have some equipment, but you need to bring your own too. They have very limited supply. On 11 to 1, Sip, Sample, and Shop with Lori and Neora. That is at the home of Everything Frederick, 401 North Market Street. We're going to have a little mimosa bar, but you're going to be able to learn about Neora's products. I can't wait to hear more about it. I interviewed her. We're going to have her on the show very soon, but this stuff looks really cool. Looks like it works, so you never know. April 10th, 6:30 to 8:30 is Take Back the Night at Hood College. April 24th is Ship's annual lip sync battle. That is at Attaboy Barrel House. And April 26th is Andrea's House Rise and Renew Gala. You can get your tickets now to support that awesome organization. All right, if you have an event you want included on the calendar, just email it to me, everythingfredericklive@gmail.com, or you can send me a message, and I'm happy to get it on for you guys. I want to say good morning to a bunch of people. Want to say hi to Christy Wood. She is part of Wags for Hope. And good morning to Sharon Price, Pulling for Veterans, checking in this morning, along with Nick Walker from We Help You Move. Then, of course, Michelle Payton. Oh, you used to hide the dishes to avoid washing. That's a good one. That's a good one. Want to say hi to Darren Ahern, your Frederick Real Estate Update. That is the podcast or the show on WFMD on Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. You can tune into. Good morning to the Marine Corps League, Shangri-La Detachment 118. They did the Christmas event with Santa in Walkersville. That was awesome as well. And thank you guys so much for checking in and saying hello. I really appreciate it. All right, we're going to take one more quick break. Then we're going to come back with Brendan Peck and Allie Vasquez. And you're going to really, I love both of these interviews were really fun. So you're going to love it. Right after this.
Dream Free Art, Frederick's first and only splatter room. New location, new beginner-friendly artful shenanigans for all ages. Come fling paint and make a masterpiece in Dream Free Art Splatter Room, or join us for a fun and unique art experience. Book your next birthday party, corporate event, date night, or family outing at dreamfreeart.com to unleash your inner artist today. Dream Free Art. Free your creativity.
All right. If you're looking for a place to make a big splash on the big screen, you can do that at Warehouse Cinemas. Go to warehousecinemas.com/advertising to find out more details. I am on the big screen right now, actually, and maybe updating that very soon. But it is a great way to reach thousands of people who are right in your community, which is phenomenal. All right. And we've got A&S Construction, of course, a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business, and they are located right here in Frederick. A&S Construction specializes in roofing and siding. They can also take care of your windows and gutters and even build you a new patio or deck. Now is the time. The weather, we are in mid-March now. If you want something by summertime, you want to hang out on your porch or patio, give Sandra a call, and she will take care of you. You can call 301-703-2157 or email info@ansconstruction.net. Remember, you get $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs. Just let Sandra know you saw her on Good Morning Frederick. Screenshot it so you have those details saved to your phone. That way you know who to call when you have that. Also, feel free to recommend her. If someone asks, hey, do you know anybody who can build a patio or deck? She can definitely take care of that for you. And I'm stalling because I forgot to add something here. We're going to add it in right now. But coming up right after, well, let's do this actually. What I can do, we're going to separate the other two things. Let's do our market makers and we'll get that moving. Market Makers sponsored by Maryland Lottery. Tons of ways to win. Hot scratch-offs like Big Money, where a $5 ticket could net you $50,000, or the $2 Monopoly ticket with a top prize of $10,000. Go to mdlottery.com for all the details. Plus, you can download the app and scan your tickets to see if you're a winner. You must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly. All right, let's meet Brendan Peck. He is the Cyber Defense Initiative. We had fun talking about the, cyber attacks recently that were in our news, but he also can fix up your phones and all that good stuff, and perfect for a small business. Here he is. Well, in the news lately has been a lot about cyber attacks and being safe online. I have a feeling Brendan Peck has a lot to say about that from the Cyber Defense Initiative. I want to welcome you to Good Morning Frederick. How are you?
Thanks for having me, Danny. I'm really excited to be here. And it's definitely been a hectic last few months.
I don't doubt it at all. So tell me a little bit about your company. When did you establish the Cyber Defense Initiative?
I founded the company 3 years ago, coming up right here in this coming month. And we founded it because I have a background in risk management and compliance, and there wasn't a avenue. There was a missing area for small businesses to turn to for cybersecurity, for compliance, for accreditation. So we founded this company initially to help business owners, especially small and mid-sized business owners, to really achieve that security, achieve that accreditation, and achieve compliance.
Okay, so when you talk about accreditation, give me some examples of the companies that you would work with and what that means.
Yeah, we can help out companies for various different reasons and for different sizes, and what accreditation or what compliance looks like for those companies can mean a number of different things. We help out a lot of people in the hospitality or restaurant or brewery or distillery space, as well as hotels and restaurants, clubs, things of that nature. And for them, compliance could simply mean their payment processing. A lot of people think, hey, I can get Square and I'm in compliance because that device is in compliance. But if an audit were to occur, it turns out that that's not necessarily the case unless they have other metrics as well, or other countermeasures as well to meet cybersecurity compliance. And then you take, an insurance agency, an office space, a car dealership, and they have a much more stringent level of security needed to hit that compliance standard.
Yeah. And so, obviously, as I kind of said at the open, there's been a lot in the news lately with Frederick Health getting that cyber attack, the ransomware. How do you help support your clients to hopefully avoid situations like that?
First, I'll say that no matter what company it is for cybersecurity, no cybersecurity company can guarantee that you're not going to get attacked, or that
Yeah.
you'll never get breached. Anybody who does say that is kind of talking out the wrong side there.
Yeah. Yeah.
What many in the cybersecurity space and the in the industry would say is it's about layering. It's about putting as many deterrents or layers of protection in place as possible to deter a bad actor or a bad hacker, to essentially prevent them from wanting to attack your business, to make what they want, which is ultimately data, to essentially make them not want to come after your business and instead go to the business down in, let's say, a different city.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, the whole thing is too, I mean, I think the weakest link is human error. I mean, that is literally, I would say, probably 99% of the issues that a lot of companies have is that the entry into their data is sometimes that clicked phishing link. And that literally, that error or that hack, I can't even imagine the hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars that has impacted them. I think it's a great learning for a lot of people in your industry to see how do we circumvent this for every company. But small businesses need to understand that if you take credit card data, and like you said, even if you're using Stripe or other third-party payment processors, you're still responsible for your customers' data on your end and how that is being impacted. And I would say in the hospitality industry, the bad apples who have you know gotten people's information, they need to really make sure their employees are also trained to protect their customers' data as well.
Absolutely, yes. Education and vigilance, and making sure that there's levels of awareness is such
Mm,
a critical piece for any cybersecurity professional.
yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we can sit from our soapbox and we can preach about how important it is, but if the end user who's swiping that credit card, or that's making those phone calls, or that is accessing your systems, if they don't have that same mindset, they don't know what they're looking for, there's a hole in the wall. There's no way to protect yourself from the end user.
Yeah.
And you can certainly compartmentalize things and install firewalls, install active threat hunting, There's so many different measures that can be implemented, but at the end of the day, now, it used to be just phishing emails, but now the same bad actors have decided to go after what they're now calling smishing, which is SMS texting,
I get those
phishing.
almost daily. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody's now seen the and I think it's now online where they've now said, oh, you have a toll, you have a toll expired,
Unpaid tolls.
toll
Yeah.
bills.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, for anybody listening, please don't click on that. That's
Yeah.
not real. That is not an
Yeah.
MVA glitch. That
Even
is
if you had gone through a toll thing and you think it could be me, I mean, I'm telling you, and I have my mom lives with us, Mama Cone, and she constantly, at least she's trained now to bring me anything that looks suspicious through her Yahoo or Facebook or any of that. I'm like, Mom, it's a scam. But I'm telling you, they get very good. And whereas in the past you might find spelling errors in that you've got an UPS package, now they really are replicating what the websites look like, so you can't trust anything. And yeah, it's always very good to um, do diligence and ask, or go direct to the website without clicking that link and call and find out. So yeah, they're getting very good. And it's funny to me with hackers. I used to think, what do they, not ransomware, because I get it, they get money and Bitcoin and all that stuff, but just regular everyday hackers. I'm thinking, what is the benefit of what they're doing? Just to be disruptors, I guess, but it is pretty crazy.
absolutely. And there's more of them popping up every day, and the ones you hear about in the news are certainly not the majority. Those are the ones that want the attention, and they're going
Sure.
after, causes, and they're going after United Healthcare, and the banks. The ones that are going after the small businesses, you're rarely ever going to hear about in the news, and it's
Yeah.
because what they're after is the data. Because if they
Yeah.
can find somebody's social security number or credit card or
Yeah.
even their name, address, and date of birth, oftentimes they can sell that information right on
Yeah.
illicit website. So to protect oneself, or to protect your clients, if you're a business owner, uh, so many business owners, when they think of a hack, they think of being attacked from a cybercrime perspective. They think so much about the first party losses. They think about, how is this going to affect my business? How is
Right.
this, what am I going to have to pay to get my business back up and running? When in reality, the first party losses is usually the smallest portion of a cyber attack. The third party losses, the mitigation, the credit repair, the expenditures to remediate your clients is almost always significantly higher. So that
Yeah.
third party loss is always going to be much more important. And also, the lack of trust, the lack of, or the reputational damage. It's stuff that again, I think a lot of business owners don't think about. But if you have clients that rely on you, and you're just housing their personal information on an Excel sheet, and you don't have data governance, you don't have data protection, these are serious issues that so many business owners don't know about. And there's also some misconceptions about cybersecurity, and that it has to be super expensive. It
Right.
doesn't.
And the other thing that's really good that you would provide is there are laws now in place of what a company must do when their data has been breached. And, we were actually talking here about, I was just at Frederick Health, and I have still not received any information to say that their data was breached and what information could potentially of mine could be out in the cyber universe. And I think it's very interesting about that, because I'm sure they're still talking to their lawyers and trying to figure it all out. But still, I mean, I know they have a certain amount of time to do that. There are rules in place that you have to follow. And you're, like you said, damages that may have to be paid. I know a lot of credit card companies provide you the free third party companies to put yourself, to protect your data and things like that, or whatever, to check to be sure your stuff isn't in a bad place. But how can people get in touch with you if they want more information or to have you come out and talk to them?
That's a great question. And first off, to get in touch with us, it's very easily done. You can call us. Our website is thecyberdefenseinitiative.com.
You have the capacity to take on some additional clients?
Absolutely, we do. And not just on the cybersecurity side, we, of course, do telecommunications as well. So we are great partners with the leaders in the industry for phone and internet, as well as business cell phones. So T-Mobile, Verizon, Verizon for Business, Comcast, Xfinity, AT&T, Cox Internet. We do all of that, and we're able to, number one, implement it usually with some savings for our business clients, but on top of that, implement it securely to help protect our clients in the long term as well.
I would imagine security would be at your forefront of every solution, which is great for local business. If you have a need, let me tell you, if you have any device that connects to the internet, you need to make sure that connection is safe and there is no chance that anything can be breached, because you will find yourself in I can't even imagine. It would make me sick to my stomach to know that happens. So you want to go ahead and give Brendan a call. We'll make sure his phone number and website are on screen for you. We really appreciate you taking the time today, and I know this is so important because we are never going backward, right? Only more and more things are going to be connected online, which means you need to make sure every device is safe and making sure the data of your customers is also safe. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. And we love Frederick, and we love being a part of the community.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is sponsored by Pulling for Veterans. Pulling for Veterans is a nonprofit that educates the public on PTSD. You can rent one of the trailers starting at just $1 per hour. The trailer is filled with information about PTSD and how to help. Plus, each trailer honors a vet and acts as a rolling memorial. More details at pullingforveterans.org.
Oh, right. Oh, goodness. Again, Lord mercy. Here we go. All right. We got someone else making the market happen. Let's find out about Allie and market makers. Market Maker sponsored by Antietam World Travel Service. Travel better with Antietam World Travel Service, your gateway to worry-free journeys. You get extensive networks, unmatched experience, and personalized service allows you to travel the world with confidence and ease. When you work with Antietam World Travel Service, you get convenience, experience, and connections. Go to AntietamTravel.com now and get started on your dream vacation. Well, you don't have to go far to enjoy the town of Walkersville, a community right in Frederick County. And Allie Vasquez, a local real estate agent, has Walkersville Living Facebook group and is telling me about all the great things going on in the town of Walkersville. Chatting with an expert on all things Walkersville. Allie, thank you so much for joining Good Morning Frederick.
I am so excited to be here. I love me some
we are very excited to have you. We love experts of local communities, of which Walkersville is part of Frederick County. So we were just chatting before. You thought the grass was greener in Montgomery County, but you scurried back to Frederick County pretty quickly and have decided that this is the place.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I always tell people, like, I've only lived on like public water for maybe like 3 years out of my life, not counting college. And so I'm on public water in Walkersville, but it's just the vibe. I cannot thrive in any kind of like urban setting. And so I love everything about Walkersville. I'm a real estate agent. And so I get to see lots and lots of different areas. And I have completely dedicated myself to this place because I love it. And there are just so many things that people who really enjoy suburban living, but country living, that they can get everything. And then, the cities are there. We know where they are. We can go to them whenever we need to.
So tell me kind of, if somebody is watching now and it may be new to Frederick County or just hasn't spent much time in Walkersville, Tell me about like the top 3 places that people like your hidden gems. What would be your hidden gems in Walkersville?
The library is, I mean, we have tons of libraries in Frederick County. They're all gorgeous. The one in Walkersville is amazing. The programming that they have there, my kids, they walk to the library, which, I mean, we know that Frederick County is not the most walkable place, but somehow in Walkersville, like, which is very, very rural, my children walk to the library. They go there at least once a week for some kind of programming. It's got the beautiful glass all around. It's amazing. So the library is our number one hidden gem. I'm also in part of the Walkersville Business Professionals Association. I just found out at the last meeting that they're doing a lock-in for your stuffed animals at the Walkersville Library. You send them, you tag them, and then they send you pictures of what they do overnight.
You are kidding.
I'm dying. It's the cutest thing ever. My kids are definitely sending their stuffies, but it's going to be adorable. So obviously the library is amazing.
Yeah.
The parks. We have a lot of parks, and I'm not sure if anybody is into what's it called? Frisbee golf, but or disc golf or whatever you want to call it. But we have at Heritage, we have a full disc golf like course. The Creamery Park is just it's right across from the library. So a lot of people walk over. It was just completely redone. It's gorgeous. But really all of the parks here are well maintained and people actually go to them.
I love it.
I see people in the middle of the day, like the same, in the evenings when we do sports activities, but they're very well trafficked.
Yes. Love that too, because our parklands are really, I mean, our city's way or, your area's way of giving back to the community. And you do like to keep them nice and clean and see them kept up and see people using them. That's awesome.
Absolutely. And if you're in any of our parks, you'll often see the hot air balloons flying by. They tend to land here a lot. So,
very, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then with real estate, what are the hot neighborhoods in Walkersville? And do you guys have a lot of inventory?
Why would you say the I word? Come on. Well, we have no inventory in Frederick County. Everybody knows that. There is limited inventory in Walkersville as well. Some of the big neighborhoods here would be Deerfield, Sun Meadow, Winterbrook, Fountain Rock. Those are all neighborhoods that are out there. And then, of course, Walkersville stretches. So there's like off of Daysville Road. There's lots of big country estates out there. There is no inventory. Oh, I'm sorry. Discovery. Hello. Well, how could I forget Discovery? That's a big one. I just sold a house there today, actually. But you can find some really good, even townhouse living in Frederick is so expensive. I mean, I've been in real estate for 10 years. The prices that I lock people in on now seem absurd, but I feel like Walkersville is still one of those places that is still affordable to live. And we are on par with the national average for home sale prices. So, if you're thinking like, oh, well, I can't move here because it's so expensive, Walkersville is really on par with the national average. So you're not.
And so it's very important to work with a real estate agent who hears first when any properties do come on the market, because you start to give your real estate agent your wish list. They will work hard to find you exactly what you're looking for, and they hear about it well before anyone else. So you're going to want to do that for sure.
Another thing is I run the Walkersville Living Facebook page. So a lot of people are messaging me. So if you're saying like, oh, I want to find out about a house before it comes on market, there are lots of people reaching out to me saying, hey, I'm thinking of selling. If I have them kind of in the hopper, that's a great way. I'm also involved now in the Business Professionals Association, and I'm the president of the Glade Elementary PTA because you
are literally the mayor of Walkersville. Is there a mayor in Walkersville?
There's a burger. There's a bird. Yes, that's Chad. Chad, I'm not trying to take your spot. Love you. But I am like the unofficial curly-headed mayor of Walkersville.
Yes, I like it. I like it very much. Look, I think that having somebody excited about a community is really infectious. And it really is. You are like the PR for Walkersville, because when you're involved in all those things, you do become kind of this central hub of information. And how can Walkersville? Are there things that we can do to help?
Absolutely. Well, we have Walkersville Days. That is our big event in the spring, Walkersville Day. And that is a big yard sale. And if you're a yard saler, if you're a thrifter, you would love it. I'm also trying to do bring back an event that was pre-COVID called Finding Walkersville. That's a scavenger hunt. And you can go around and upload your picture at different like QR codes. And then at the end, you get a prize for stopping off at all the stops that are in Walkersville. That's something that I'm working on also for the same day as Walkersville Day. That's in the spring as well, in May. At Christmas time, we have a big parade. We have the Chris Kindle, where you go to different churches and the Chris Kindle Market and
I did not know this.
You didn't know that? Come
No.
on. Well, the parade is amazing. Then later in the day, you go to all the different churches and they're all open and everybody goes and they set up booths and they have like a in craft fair.
Well, I had no idea you guys did a Christmas parade.
We have a
Maybe
Christmas
I was
tree
just
lighting.
asleep. I don't know.
We have a Christmas tree lighting in Creamery Park, which is, it's so cute. I love it. And all the kids are there and there's hot chocolate and the Grinch comes and there's activities at the library. You walk across the street, you light the tree. And then of course this in the fall of this year was our first time ever hosting a huge band competition at Walkersville High School. I used to be a bandy back in my day. And so it was really exciting to see like all of the high schools from, different states even coming in and being
Are these like marching bands?
Marching band, correct.
Nice. Oh, that's great.
We had a really big competition at Walkersville and that was really cool.
Yeah. That's excellent. Look, I think in Frederick County, adjacent to Frederick City, not that far, we have these gems throughout our county that you need to get out and explore. And so we will make sure to stay in touch with Allie and make sure you're aware of all the great events going on in Walkersville and how you can support a great part of the county, which is part rural with a lot of great farms, including our friends at Rosy Cheeks.
I was about to say two more the hidden gems, Rosy Cheeks and the Village Tavern. Those are local owned eating and drinking establishments. Rosy Cheeks is where you will find me most Fridays. And then I hop on over to the tavern with my friends. It's that small town feel that I really wanted my kids to experience. I went to Urbana High School back when it was farmland and nothing else. And I can't get that anymore. And so I felt like Walkersville was a place for us to be. And we moved here a year and a half ago and I've never stopped raving about it since. I'm sure people want me to shut up, but I'm not going to.
We love that. We really do, because I believe Frederick County is one of the greatest places in the state of Maryland, maybe in all of the country for sure. I know our communities are super supportive of one another. So we need to get out and support Walkersville, which is part of our great Frederick County. Allie, we really appreciate you. So your page, is it just for people who live in Walkersville, or can anyone join your group? How are you guys about that?
Listen, I make the rules. So I want everybody to know about Walkersville. So guess what? Walkersville Living, you should look it up on Facebook. We're there. I also have a YouTube channel. My YouTube channel not only has a bunch of different of the local businesses in Walkersville, but every home that comes on the market in Walkersville that will allow me to take a tour, I do a property tour video for every single home that comes on the market in Walkersville. So if you're thinking, maybe I want to live there, go through all of my property tours, binge watch them, and figure out if that's the vibe for you.
I love it. I love it very much. So Walkersville Living, is that the name of the YouTube channel as well?
Correct. And
Awesome.
If you go to my website, walkersvilleliving.com. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I got to do it. We have a tour. We have a travel guide for the city of Walkersville. And so if you're coming from afar, or if you have someone that you love that knows that you live in Walkersville, or they came to visit one time, you can download the travel guide and give it to somebody you love.
I love it. I love it. Keeping things easy to get all the information you need right at your fingertips. Allie, we appreciate you. We're going to be working a lot together, I have a feeling. We're going to do some collabs, I know for sure. We're going to make sure our viewers are aware of all the great stuff happening in Walkersville. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. Want to thank her. I love when people put stuff like that together and promote the areas they're in. That's what it's all about. All right. That is it for us today. Tune in tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for another great episode of Good Morning Frederick. Let's get out there and let's be great.